afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane. We're off here to a Monday novice fight, a 1v1 on Semwaski. We shall be watching Ilriyas fighting here for the Soviet Union, for the glory of Comrade Stalin and the 55th Tank God, going up here versus EasternFrontdaily fighting for Germany, for the Reich, for the 111th Panzer Brigade, swiftly mobilized against the Russian hounds. We're noting here with mechanized support, conscript support, and urban defense tactics here for Ilriyas versus elite armored, scavenge doctrine, and Luftwaffe ground forces here for Eastern Front. A mix of bulletins there available for both players, both also heading straight for the fuel. We are noting here some reinforced steel barricade going around here around the fuel point. Not entirely sure why he's doing it right here next to the bushes. They're not going to walk through the hedgerows, you know. They're communists, not terminators.
Ready for action. You need something.
And already here we see this sort of thing, you know, again, he's clearly not sort of quite fully thought that one through. And again, always remember, holding down shift and then issuing orders, thus queuing them up, is your friend. And we immediately got here doctrinal choice from EasternFrontdaily, practicing elite armored here chosen. So let's see, can he actually sort of play it around sort of towards that, or will he sort of stumble upon it? And he's still wiring off here. Most of this, again, a bit of it will simply be pointless. Since again, you know, I mean, for that part, I mean, he can just walk around through here because the base defenses can't cover up all the way. I mean, you generally need a much longer amount. And he even just sort of stops it. So right here, EasternFrontdaily sort of basically began to work and then sort of wait on it. Ah, scheiße, wie es ist. We'll move on quickly, these. But, yeah, shut up. I mean, that's... I mean, we do try and be a bit clear what I sort of intend to do with these things, because basically there he just sort of wasted time, which could have been used taking points afterwards. First engagement here, the conscripts versus Volksgrenadiers. Yuri there stuck out. Yuri got cut down. So, lesson for all of you kids there, don't stand out, at least not while in a firefight. So right here, the Volksgrenadiers might gain a slight advantage here versus the conscripts for the time being. Got more Volksgrenadiers on the way, third squad on the way. We got an early special rifle command here for Ilriyas getting a scout car. Ilriyas struggling a bit towards securing territory. And he's already going for a munitions cache this early into the fight. We are talking minutes. I mean, you know, I'd not recommend getting a munitions cache this early. If you're sort of a good player, getting a few caches early on could maybe work if you've sort of got a decent force composition. But a munitions cache strikes me as a bit odd for a player in particular. Of course, we'll have to see. I mean, he could work it with some of the doctrines. I mean, conscript support with submachine guns, incendiary barrages. Rapid conscription could benefit from this. Urban defense with booby traps, incendiary barrages, so on could also benefit. Mechanized support also a bit, you know, but I mean, if he's going for that one, fuel caches would definitely be better early on. Got a scout car moving in. Could flank the Volksgrenadiers here. Open up on the fascist dogs, and there we go. Conscripts are forced away here. Interesting enough, he never tries to get close to the Volksgrenadiers, which he easily could have done, in particular for all the heavy cover. So right there, it was a bit of an odd decision there by Ilriyas. Right here, they got scout cars fighting versus Steel Pioneers. And of course, right here, I mean, he needs to get out of there. He's fighting versus a unit dug in with assault rifles up close. That's not really a situation where the scout car's going to win off. Taking a lot of damage, he needs to get away. And no, what is he? Oh dear, Ilriyas. I mean, that was just overall a bad fight there, and he was too slow to get out of it. So already he's lost the scout car. Overall, he's losing a lot of fights now to EasternFrontdaily and Germany. Another Steel Pioneer unit on the way, by the way. Early battle group headquarters. I mean, if you're going for mechanized or elite armored, I would almost say, you know, you should try and go for a mechanized regiment headquarters. That's straight for fuel and munitions. That way you can sort of quickly prepare for the Panzer IV battle group, as an example. But also take that afterwards once you got to trade munitions to get them the upgrades they need, which they definitely need. So of course, after this continues, got some snipers on the way for Ilriyas. Points being secured here. EasternFrontdaily spending a bit. I might occasionally speed things up here, sort of quickly get through this. As of course with novices, there might be some points where not a lot is happening. So mostly trying to avoid that. Troops moving about, securing points. EasternFrontdaily sort of taking a more cautious approach. I mean, he's still not doing it all completely all over the place. He's securing sort of territory that's a bit down. Some good grenade here versus the conscripts. Ilriyas was not paying attention. Troops are working together. Good, good. Troops needing up securing and harassing. Snipers though. You know, I don't see a reason to hold fire when you're fighting versus the Oberkommando. Let's just have them shoot as much as possible. You just want to keep draining them. I mean, as long as you keep them sort of within good range, I mean, you know, they're not going to get into trouble. There's no Oberkommando West sniper to worry about. So, I mean, there's not really any serious reason to hold fire here, to be honest. I mean, you're just better off killing as many as possible without having to constantly manage who you're shooting at. But there we go. 2 Sturm Pioneers down. Might even be able to get more of them. Hat. Ilriyas not ordered them to hold fire. At the same time, Eastern Front Daily here taking good advantage of the fact again that Ilriyas doesn't actually have a lot of units on the field and pushes down here straight for the fuel point. That can actually give an early fuel advantage here versus Ilriyas, which would actually be quite surprising. And certainly something you generally don't want happening as the Soviets. I mean, if the Oberkommando West has a fuel advantage over you, something's not quite right. And there you go, finally a counter-attack there. He could consider getting some Stravnik. He has some tough infantry that way out to sort of assist the conscripts. Flamethrowers could also work. I mean, he's got the munitions for it. Mines should also be considered here for Ilriyas as a sort of mine points, junctures, and what on to make things difficult. Also, a few demo charges at the right place could also be very good there. Catch some of Eastern Front Daily's troops in a bit of a explosion. We of course have to see anything, you know. Weapons free, speeding this up again. Ilriyas so far not really fighting a lot. Again, it's just, you know, there's a lack of urgency, a bit of rapidity there from Ilriyas. You need to sort of get better at coordinating and attacking and overall working it all together. Also, of course, choosing fights. There we go, flamethrower up. Another sniper on the way. We did have a mine here, it seems, from Eastern Front Daily, didn't amount to much. And note, he's actually digging already lots of sandbags all over the place. But he's also got a lot of units sort of sticking around there. I mean, you can easily sort of lead a counterattack here, you know, grab the Sturm Pioneers, attack from here, sort of guard the cut-off point, while the Volksmen sort of deal with things from front. Here go, nice flank on the Volksmen of ears. And honestly, he might want to, you know, place the sandbags a bit more differently, so they, you know, couldn't be so easily flanked from here. Well, that's the thought. They're pulling back here. Now Ilriyas might be in a bit of trouble. Although we got the snipers moving in. Still holding fire. This one not holding fire. Ketnev out here for Eastern Front Daily. He's also got a Panzerschreck. He's also got plenty of fuel. He could already now go for Schwerpanzer at quarters that way. I mean, he's sure he's not going to, of course, speed up the process there, but he's going to be able to get some more command points faster with some Obersoldaten, which could then speed the process towards the Panzerkampfwagen. Another sniper shot there. Very few kills on the sniper. Again, that's due to hold fire. I mean, there's really no logical reason here for Ilriyas to hold fire on this. He's absolutely so terrible with his snipers in maintaining and keeping control on them. He has to do it so they don't get killed while he's not paying attention, in which case he needs to work on his sort of unit tactics, always ensure, you know, he keeps his snipers with the main force that way to handle it. I mean, in those cases, when it comes to sort of the general management skills, you just need to sort of keep doing at it, sort of work at it. It's more a matter of repetition more than anything else. I mean, some things you just have to keep doing at it until you get good at it. I mean, some of these more mechanical parts. And otherwise, you know, try to think a way out of it so at least can sort of minimize it if necessary. But nothing further there. We got an infantry Geschütz out, and is he already ordering it to hold fire? Oh, looks like it actually sort of wears off when you order retreat, I believe, but still. There's no good reason to order your infantry Geschütz to, you know, hold fire. You might as well do it on a mortar. I mean, just like with a sniper on this, there's some really good reason. You're actually just wasting the unit, because then it'll shoot even less, which it really needs to do any sort of actual damage. Ilriyas also needs to pay attention to when a grenade gets thrown at him.
Our points have fallen to 300.
Running out into versus the snipers, quickly losing quite a few of the men there. Scheiße. We got a Tango battalion command going up here for Ilriyas. That could work, though again, had he maybe gone for a fuel cache instead of munitions cache, he might have now been able to get a tank out. Instead, he's got 200 munitions. He's not really using it towards much, which is definitely something he should do. I mean, right now, conscript support tactics choice could be good. Submachine guns for the conscripts would help. Later on, rapid conscription could also benefit him a bit. If he wants to think ahead, you know, mechanized support, maybe get some card sympathy with DPs out first, could work, and then same up for marked vehicles and precision bombing strikes. And there you go, infantry survives when he orders it. I mean, there's also a problem with that. I mean, generally you want artillery like this to just keep firing as it can. I mean, there's no real good, sensible reason to auto fire in most cases, I find. Unless, of course, you keep running your men so close to the opponent that he keeps getting hit, in which case you're the one with a problem, not the artillery. I mean, overall, again, this base is auto limits. Again, note, I mean, there's plenty of time he could have shot there, maybe, or just even barraged, but nothing's going to happen. Again, the point was to kill, but even then, I mean, if it was real infantry, he wouldn't have fired. I mean, hold fire is definitely not something you should be doing on all your units unless you're supremely confident in your micromanagement skills, in which case, again, you know, you might be playing the wrong game on part of me would say. It's all about tactics and strategy. In that case, you know, don't focus on what's firing and what not. I mean, if hold fire is sort of more for stuff there, it needs to be stealthy. Artillery is not stealthy. Let's just keep it at that, shall we? But again, speeding up. I mean, this is a bit of a problem with a lot of the novice fights. I mean, again, there've been large periods where nothing happens, and it can also make it a bit difficult to say a lot about them, except, you know, get stuff doing, you know, kill some enemies. Right here, of course, we need to be careful about spreading out. Right here, he also made a mistake there. He just hit retreat. In a position like this, you know, he should have sort of run towards it, ooh, right, and then vaulted over, and then hit retreat. But oh, be careful about splitting up the troops too far, in particular as you get closer into what could be considered enemy territory. In general, always have a scout that can sort of help at least sort of give early warning or cover the retreat of another unit. And you'll generally be a lot happier with that. We've got a spare panzer squad going up here for EasternFrontdaily. Interesting enough, there's been no real serious attempt of harassment here from Ilriyas, but at least he's getting back territory, pushing back. EasternFrontdaily, though again, EasternFrontdaily has also been a bit, you know, again, passive, not really fighting a lot. I mean, that's really sort of the problem with both of these gentlemen. They're not very hands-on, they're very much, you know, oh, fighting seems to happen more by accident than actual intent. Which is generally not how it's supposed to go. I mean, again, there's a lot of units sort of hang about, and again, in those cases, train yourself to just be more active. Again, train yourself. I mean, again, I have to say it this whole time, again, I'll try to sort of rarely do these again, and, you know, it's a lot of these I get, but again, you know, just train yourself. A lot of this stuff, I really shouldn't have to point out. It's just, you know, train yourself. Be more active, train yourself, try to be more like the ones, you know, that's otherwise more daily shown, you know. Push yourself, push your limits. But again, you know, don't hold your artillery to hold fire, for heaven's sake. I mean, right here, I mean, they usually get several shots instead. What are they doing? Wondering who gave them the order to hold fire. Yeah, so what's her purpose then, Dietrich? I don't know. You have to ask our glorious commander. Bit nice again, harassment with the fuel. I mean, that's a good move to make on some Moscow as much as possible, you know, harass the other bastards. Fuel, we actually got a tank here on the way for Ilriyas, who's, by the way, still not chosen a doctrine. We are closing in on 20 minutes, but nothing so far yet. Also, as a good rule of thumb, don't move riflemen too close to troops with assault rifles. That generally tends to work out poorly for you. And again, no, still not shooting. I mean, there is no logical reason for it to be holding fire. He really should have also been paying attention, though. I mean, maybe take a look and go, maybe I accidentally ordered it to hold fire, but he just doesn't seem to care. And now we got Ilriyas actually running straight at it despite it being absolutely no threat to him. He just wasted conscripts on that, and he should in reality just be sort of be thanking his opponent for ordering it to hold fire. Thank you, comrade, for preserving the Soviet peoples by not blowing them to pieces. Thank you. D3 rushing in, and of course we note there's another issue here. Again, that's in terms of how he actually placed his troops. Anti-tank weapons were far from front. There's no academy weapons close to actually help his frontline troops. Generally, even if you're not going to have it directly at the front, then have it close, have it ready to react at the very least. But it was all the way back in the base. I mean, there was no logical reason for it. I mean, some of this stuff is stuff you should be able to sort of learn just by watching others play. But again, you'd be surprised at how many I sort of get on this level of replays. Or worse. So again, speeding things up because again, there's very little action here. I mean, it's just most of these two people mucking about, not really achieving much. And again, as another rule of thumb, you know, again, I've made Propagandacast videos about this, but you know, try not to repair your tanks directly at the front, that at very least pull them back behind a building, you know, have something so they don't get immediately fired at in case the enemy attacks, and also they attacks your engineers repairing the tank. He's actually going to be very close now to having the resources for the Panzer IV calling group. He does not quite have the command points, partly because, again, he's not really done a lot of action. And here's sort of another fun fact we can always sort of point out here. I mean, considering the sort of usual timing of matches, at this point, most players would have 9 to 10, maybe even 11 command points. They'd have Tigers out, and so on. What do these guys have? They've only got 8 or 7. I mean, they're definitely lacking behind because they're not really, you know, displaying much of a proper aggressive attitude. Again, they're too indecisive, too much hanging about, too much still, you know, struggling with management of the simple bits, which, again, work on it. Just keep at it. Force yourself to be more aggressive. Push, push, poke, prod, peek, whatever. Just, you know, display a bit more of an assertive attitude. I mean, I really think that's one of the primary things, you know, even before we begin considering sending him in. Just work on the very basics of the game, because, I mean, the only thing I can say to you is, just do it, man. I mean, there's no deeper cerebral thought on it, just do it. I mean, there's tactics to sort of ensure you have to sort of don't have to manage so much, you know, ensure you don't get overwhelmed, but, I mean, this is just beyond that even. This is just, you know, get your finger out of your ass. Mine's going down there. That's actually a good spot. In particular, seems to be one that's all been a mine going off, which is always a good spot to lay down a mine. In particular, versus less experienced players, they tend to sort of not think much about it. But again, for example, he's taking away territory here. What's the response? Nothing at all. I mean, he's got some orbitals down now, but overall, he's just sort of moving back. He's not reacting to the vastment here. He's not sending something down there to counterattack. And most he's ordering the Howard to sort of shoot a bit, but again, nothing serious. I mean, EasternFrontdaily at the basic least has got some harassment going on for him, but that's it really. And the T-34 is holding back. I mean, now he's pulled it too far back, actually. Sandbags going up there, not bad, but again could easily be flanked through here. Instead he takes the head-on approach into open territory. That's not so wise. Also noting here, Ilriyas is floating a lot of resources. He's floating 466 manpower. I mean, he built a munitions guys. I mean, you'd imagine he had some kind of intention, but so far he's only got a single flamethrower too. He's still floating an absurd amount of munitions, which can be used for demo charges and mines. I mean, there's definitely a lot there that can also be easily improved for Ilriyas. I mean, that doesn't even sort of make logically sense. But definitely, I mean, again, if you're having trouble with management, the last thing you do is order your men to hold fire, because that only increases the amount of management you have to do. And stuff like artillery should need a lot. There you go, we finally got some armor arriving here for EasternFrontdaily for the Panzer Brigade. A pair of Panzer IV Model Js. Achtung, Achtung! Mittlerer Panzer. Meanwhile, Sturmpions in trouble. They've finally got a bit more coordinated, so we got Maxim supporting up as well. My God. Looks like Ilriyas is somewhat getting together. He's getting another tank out, so now both sides will soon have the same amount of tanks. Ilriyas, though, should as soon as possible here, or EasternFrontdaily, upgrade his Panzer IV with Schürzen. Schürzen. Speeding up again, because, again, there's not really sort of, and again, there's also overall lacking strategy in sort of what kind of territory they want to hold. They just sort of move up take points. Try maybe to hold knowledge, they pull back. There's no sort of really sort of ideal idea inside the head what do you actually want to hold at the very least, and sort of take it from there. But Panzer IV's rolling ahead. Only by the way, no anti-tank grenades here. Still no. Oh, we got Schürzen going up for one here. But interesting enough, I mean, right here, and I'll just pause for that again. I'll try to sort of pause more, speed up more, pause more. No mid-game announcements, because I really think that might be missing the points here. But still, here, I mean, just look at these two Panzer IVs. I mean, with elite armor, you get sort of varied amount of experience. What does he choose to put the Schürzen on? The one that's close to T2, thus the most valuable, or the one that's not really there? Not the one that's the most valuable, right there. I mean, in these cases, upgrade the one that's the most valuable. That's the chance of being the most valuable in the longer run as well. In particular, when it comes to these things. And right here, a bit of a poor decision by EasternFrontdaily, but either way, he's got his Panzers on the field. Achtung! Wussen! Ich werde ihn hier schmeißen! Anyways, running forwards there. Shooting up. And they're hitting the wall besides the Panzer IV. Not his fault though. And there you go. Vetri 2. Increasing accuracy. And also the turret speed, I believe. Making the turn a bit faster there. Which is also good. It overall makes it more lethal. Got a shot went in there. 2 T-34s. Ilriyas pulls armor back. So does EasternFrontdaily. We definitely need to get that Panzer IV repaired. We also got a mechanized train. He's trading for fuel here. And that's not necessarily about it, because that way he can sort of speed up the stuff he needs to sort of get for Panzer IVs further up game, thus getting more out of them. He could also build up the abilities, like say, the heat rounds as well in cases. Grenade. Oh! Again, Ilriyas needs to work on some of his tension in dodging grenades, but also a bit their cover. I mean, they were just standing out in the open. There was no good reason for them to be there. Right now, EasternFrontdaily, on the other hand, needs to get his panzers bloody well repaired. And again, hold fire off. I mean, also note here, you got a lot of units hanging about in the base again. Don't do that. Train yourself again. Always sort of, you know, try to ensure you don't have units hanging about in the base for a long period of time. I mean, that's something you had to point out a lot in older Monday Novice fights. I mean, you know, another tip, try to watch some of the older Monday Novice fights, because you'll find yourself, you know, surprised by how much that's actually relevant to a lot of players, even the ones from Company Heroes 1. And a lot of how many of these things, you know, are what players repeat. That worked out all right there. But again, I mean, it's been out for quite a bit of while, and how many kills it's actually got? 2, because it might have only fired for like a fraction of the time it's been on the field. I mean, again, something's not quite adding up. Then again, it's the massive amounts of inactivity. So again, primary tip: be more active. Train yourself to be more active. Train yourself to try and get more out of it. Now, there we go. Shooting up. That Panzer IV. Also, a little fun fact about the Model J Panzer IV. They did not actually have that kind of armoured skirts. They actually had wire mesh skirts on the side. The turret actually had the same one still, but otherwise, main body, wire mesh. Right here, what does he do? I mean, it has actually a really fun thing to point out, I believe, in about a few moments. To see here. Oh, no mind. But it might happen later in the fight. But right here, what is he doing? And again, what have we noted again? These are not people who are really good at management. What's the last thing? And I can still point out, you can sort of at least sort of make things easier until they get better. What's the last thing you should do? Split up their tanks. In particular, for a guy like EasternFrontdaily, who particularly seems to struggle a bit at times. So what does he exactly proceed to do? Split up his tanks. I mean, in the terms of words of Guderian, you strike with a fist, not an open hand. Right here, what EasternFrontdaily is doing is striking with 2 pointed fingers, as far separate as possible. That's not exactly very intimidating. It also allows it more easily to be overwhelmed by your opponent. We also get 24 minutes. Ilriyas has still not chosen a doctrine. That's bad. Generally, you choose a doctrine as soon as possible. You've got an idea of what you want to do, how you want to react to your opponent. At 24 minutes, something's gone wrong. You do not wait to 24 minutes before choosing a doctrine. It might even last longer. So right here, I mean, already very bad for Ilriyas. Very bad. Plus, all that munitions. There you go. Panzer IV operating on his own. Misses. Good shooting there, Fritz. Danke. I was being sarcastic. There you go. Shot went through. Shots bounced off there. I mean, the Panzer IV J has less than the other Wehrmacht Panzer IV, but of course with the shoots, that's sort of last game. There we go. We got some heat rounds going off, making the Panzer IV a bit more effective. There we go. Nice hit there. But on the end, I found the 5 field gun. Might want to blitz. Blitz. There we go. And get the other Panzer IV in. Come on. EasternFrontdaily. Support it. Snipers under fire. Get out of there, get out of there. Ah, scheiße, why did he go straight into the enemy space? That's the only sort of, in particular versus social anti-tank, it's the last place you want to go. But now he's active control. We got the other T-34 moving in here. Pull out, get out of there. T-34-76 moving up here. Target, target. Not good here. And again, the other Panzer IV being there, and what is he doing? He's actually pulling it back. So right there, I mean, he got one Panzer IV, or T-34 with a Panzer IV, but that's not really a good cost, in particular not for the Oberkommando West, which has a lot harder time replacing them, and in particular not when you also port the munition is it for the armoured skirts? I mean, right there, that was basically almost, well, a serious waste of resources by EasternFrontdaily. Had both Panzerforce been there, probably been able to get at least one of them out of there, unless he's been really terrible. He could also have been doing more damage. So, right there, not particularly well handled by EasternFrontdaily. Panzer IV needs to be pulled back for repairs, some rather serious ones too. At that. There you go, Veteran 2 and the T-34, the extra experience there from the Panzer IV definitely helping it. Of course, the difference, another one between the Panzer IV-J and the Wehrmacht Panzer IV, is it actually has lower requirements for experience, so it can actually veterancy up faster. So that's a little fun fact there. But otherwise, the Panzer IV Model J was basically sort of a model to sort of make the production of the Panzer IV as cheap as possible and as fast as possible. So a little fun fact there. Larger fuel tank, on the other hand, no generator, for example, sort of engine to sort of help with the traverse, for example, there. Though that might have also been due to some problems with a lack of copper, I believe. But either way, an almost as good tank, though with, of course, some issues. And it's certainly at that point of war, the tank crews were beginning to sort of lack more in experience. Orbital are hunting again. There's nothing happening. They're neither really testing. They're not even doing a bit of light reconnaissance to figure out what's going on. They're not pressuring. They're not harassing. And again, that's generally something you do, and that's generally what all the experienced, the good players do. They keep up the pressure. They don't just let their opponent do nothing at all for a long period of time. When either one goes defensive, the other one will punish him for it. There you go. Panzer IV striking versus the southern units here. Good job here, by the way, getting up some kills there. We've got Pentaman machine gun off as well. Shots missing there from the Panzer IV. T-34 on the other hand bouncing. Oh, come on, Heinz. Schützen once more bouncing. There we go. Finally got a shot through there. Meanwhile, got a bit of light fighting here as well. T-34 went down to Panzersection mines. Good job there. The mine paid off. They generally tend to do. Closing in on veteran fear for the Panzer IV. But if we can get that, that's going to be good. That's going to mean a high rate of fire, but also better mobility, which is definitely something the Panzer IV can greatly benefit from. Greatly benefit from. He might also want to focus on the T-34 rather than the one engineer. I mean, the T-34... And of course, we've got a field gun here waiting. Not bad there. Getting rammed. Damaged engine. I think at the same time he managed to get off a blitz, which is a bit of a unique sort of situation there. Either way, veterans is free, which also helps keep a bit more mobile, but either way, it does manage to escape. Right here, of course, we can get it sort of far enough where we can actually pull off emergency repairs, fixing the engine, allowing it to quickly then speed back for further repairs at the base. But either way, closing in on veterans as well, that's going to help him. He's also floating a ton of manpower. Come on, EasternFrontdaily. I mean, that's one thing I also try to remind novices about. Don't float resource again. Again, we have the training bit, the repetition. Just train yourself to do something with the manpower. Even for the Panzer IVs, you only need half of that. I mean, come on, Heinz.
Standing by. Send orders.
Getting a Panther now. Getting a ton of orbs. Oh, at least there we go. He seems to want more Panzer IVs, which again, if well used, can also do some damage. But right now, that one needs to go back. He doesn't have the munitions for it. He's actually trying to get hunt down with the field gun, so maybe repairing it, conducting emergency repairs might be a bit of a tricky idea. But couldn't see where you can get it to the right place at the very least, and that way speed it up. Then again, rushing Stew on Pioneer's head to sort of help might also work. But tons more whistle down the way. Not bad. Ilriyas, still no doctrine. We're at half an hour. Half an hour. He's still not chosen anything. He's never really, otherwise, for example, considered getting up some fuel canisters, or for that matter, just mining the fuel point, which his opponent has harassed so consistently. I mean, you know, if your opponent keeps running at a point, mine it, demo it, whatever. I mean, just ensure he gets punished for it. Can't they come in to fight from the Panzer IV? It's a veteran Panzer crew getting off some decent hits there. But rare to see someone actually use elite armor, to be honest. There you go, another Panzer IV battle group arriving. Panzer IV. Ooh, nice flank on the field gun, by the way. Nice flank there. Clearing it out in a very short time there. Very close to Veteran 4. Which means a higher range and even further accuracy. Which actually means a Panzer IV at Veteran 4 is actually a pretty neat customer.
Panzer IV battle group on standby.
Demo charge there wrecked. A bit late to actually get up. But at least, finally, almost, well, over half an hour, he finally chooses Doctrine. Mechanized support, but does he have the fuel for it? No, he hasn't prepared for it whatsoever, which also means he's just sort of more of an afterthought than anything. And he keeps on getting more T-34s, maybe just saving up, or at least trying for the ISU 152. Salvaging the field gun there. Not bad. Two more Panzer IVs. He's got the munitions to get at least one of them up with armored skirts. Again, he should choose the one with the most experience.
Butter your orders. Completed. Crew, get ready.
And again, a large amount of time when there's nothing really happening. And again, we're back to hold fire on the snipers. I mean, again, you know, if you're having trouble mounting units, last thing you need is hold fire. Same with the infantry gun. That's barely getting any kills. He's still got on hold fire. There you go, another Panzer IV armor skirts. I mean, right now we haven't got a golden opportunity to do some serious damage to his opponent. Lots of units here, only one tank of field gun. Right now, if he just sent all of his Panzer IVs there, he could probably steamroll the bastard. Is that what happens? Not quite a lot, really. And again, activity is a key word. Being aggressive, pushing. I mean, even in a defense, you need to be a lot more coherent about it, which neither player really is. I mean, they're not even mining, they're not even fortifying. I mean, even if you're just going to say play defensively, be active about it. Barbed wire, tank traps, mines, demo charges. I mean, whatever you can do, do it, but don't just, you know, do nothing. That's the last thing you should do. I mean, we are getting a bit here, but even then, he's still got tons of munitions, yet he's doing nothing with these tons of munitions. Alright, Panzer IV battle group ready to move out here. No, no. What is he doing? Come on. Achtung. Speeding up again. He's splitting them up. He's splitting them up. In particular, he's leaving the Panzer IV. The veterans, he free one, you know, a bit on his own. Seems to want sort of using it a lone wolf. And what do we get here? An assault on the enemy base with his two Panzer IVs. At least he's leading here with the one with the skirts up, thus getting the more armored one at the front. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm definitely not going to do that to Valerie. Max is going to have a chance of some better luck here. At the same time, we've got an enemy tank moving in there. Shots went off there. He can actually use marked vehicle now if he wants to. And there we go. On the Panzer IV there. Shot went through, doing a nice bit of damage. Unless you're the Germans, of course. In which case it's Scheiße. They know how to hit all of a sudden. And then he uses it with heat shells there going off in the other Panzer or T-34 there. Doing a nice bit of damage there. Heat shells doing a bit more damage actually. So that T-34. But then he's getting the other Panzer IV to support it. You know, work them together, man. No, no, he's not paying attention again. I mean, that's what happens when you're not paying attention. The Panzer IV tried the same stick and knocked up by a bombing run. At the same time, the other Panzer IV gained veterans before, which is good. But, I mean, losing a Panzer IV like that to a bombing strike, that's not good. The Führer will hear of this and he will be most displeased. So over there again, there are problems with management, and again, you know, when that's the key issue again, one of the keys at least, you know, until you got so trained to be better at it is don't chew off more, or bite off more than you can chew. That's basically the rule here. Baby steps, baby steps.
Standing by. Area secure. Cover the advances.
Well, he's got a mechanized weapon here to quickly sort of put it together. I mean, if you get that to Veteran 5, he's definitely going to be much stronger off, because then have a higher sight range, which will definitely benefit its longer range. Plus, it'll actually be able to fire better on the move, which will definitely make it a much harder threat. We get more T-34s here. We got no guard. Oh, we actually got some guards infantry, but Also with DPs. Wonderful, actually.
Crew, get ready.
But, I mean, note again, Eastern Front Daily keeps separating him, and he doesn't even support it with infantry. But there you go, nice hit in the conscripts. Popping up half the unit. Jump on is providing, well, I suppose, some light flank protection. Maximum, on the other hand, a bit of serious trouble. They might actually be wiped out. There we go, 32 kills in the Panzer IV. Not too poor.
Standing by.
Work there. Buttoning up there, looks like he's
Enemy fighters!
marking the vehicle and trying to get off a bombing run as well. I think that's a bit excessive. There you go, getting away, even blitzing a bit there. Stick out the T-31, still got marked vehicle, there we go, shot bounced off. Which, there we go again, the high efficiency paying off here. Better hitting, but also just better frontal armor, though he should keep pulling it away until marked vehicle is off here. I mean, it's still a bit risky. Oh, aircraft went down there. T-34 number 2 moving through. No, no, pull back, pull back. Eastern Front Daily. Don't start! Scheisse, what are you doing? And there we go, he wasted another Panzer IV. I mean, again, unit preservation also means, you know, knowing when a fight is just going to be a waste of time or you have a high risk of, you know, getting your units killed, in which case you just pull them back. I mean, finding a Panzer IV, there's a T-34 with marked vehicle on it, means you get out of there because the chances are not in your favor. Even at that level of veterancy, at least not when you're doing it that close way again, you know, and that's another part of it. And I suppose you should explain that. I mean, range actually plays into the chances of penetration. The closer you are to a tank, the better chance you have of penetrating it, but vice versa. T-34s want to get close. T-34s really want to get close. Which really means, you know, at a certain point, you're, even with more armor on your Panzer IV, the armor's going to play less of a role in it. So when you combine that marked vehicle, again, you know, you want to get away, you just want to fight at range, and you had the option for it, I mean. At Veteran 4, his Panzer IV would have more range than the T-34. He could have used that, he could have shot at the T-34 at range without being at risk. But he didn't do it. So, and again, there are some issues there for Eastern Front Daily and his usage of armor. I mean, comparatively, I mean, Ilriyas, for all his mistakes, which are also considerable, I mean, at least he actually sort of tries to at least focus his armor a bit more, but at the same time, he also keeps making some of the same mistakes here that Eastern Front Daily does. Good move there, just wrecking an anti-tank gun, ensuring your opponent can't get it back, but he can't secure the scavenged either. Still high amount of wastage of infantry. And he could soon actually get another set of Panzer IVs out.
Combat unit ready. Target secure. Copper, hold. We have lured the enemy to 75 points.
Points not good here for Ilriyas, by the way, but again, due to sort of, I mean, a good idea what how to hold the map again, which leads support defense. And it being more than afterthought. Panzer IV rolling out once more for the Reich. Got some guards in here, but largely unsupported. I mean, he could have considered some mortars to help support things, you know. Bit of light artillery never hurts yourself, but the opponent. Again, speeding up. There you go, another pair of Panzer IVs. I mean, there's really a lot of Panzer IVs going here to the front line. And considering he's already lost half of all those Panzer IVs sent to the front line, it's certainly not looking good for Germany under this fellow's command.
Prepared for action. Upgrade completed.
Panzer IV battle group ready for deployment.
The squad is back.
One close to victory, 2. There we go. He's actually also getting his skirts first. That's good, that's good. No, he's then not getting the other one armoured skirts. I mean, you know, be a bit more consistent here, Mr. Eastern Front Daily. There you go, T2. But there we go. Good job, by the way. He's focusing down the one without the skirts here. Good sense pricing again. Note what he does. He focuses all of his tanks in one spot. Again, EasternFrontdaily keeps splitting them. And what does he does not do here? He does move up the other Panzer IV to support the first two. He could have flanked the T-34s and knocked them out. Got a bit of heat rounds here going off. Come on, EasternFrontdaily. Please.
Standing by. Orders complete.
But speeding this up. Once more.
Target captured. No enemy contact.
Panzer IV swirling about, not even focusing them.
Taking effective fire. Target secure. They are down only two.
Bundle grenade there. Could be seeing one last armored dash here from Ilriyas.
They're ready.
But again, you know, focus them together. I mean, you got two veterans, two Panzer IVs. Have them work together. Have them do some damage, some kills. Because that's at least what Ilriyas is doing all right. Come on, you got a Panzer IV here. Flank the T-34s, catch them between two Panzer IVs, maybe pop on armor-piercing rounds. But, nope. You set more units, basically get wasted. Oh, there you go, finally Panzer IV moves in. You get some heat round here going off as well again. And that combined, you know, with the action definitely makes it a bit more. Right here, Mark Field to the golf again. One T-34 down, veteran 3, high rate of fire. Point continues to dig down here. Other Panzer IV finally arrives. Took him long enough. And there we go. Game over. A loss here for the Soviet Union. A victory, albeit rather expensive here for Germany, costing them a lot of Panzer IVs, which could have been helpful elsewhere. So, I mean, again, you know, the main issues here, again, when you're basically activity, too much passiveness. This fight could have been up much sooner had they just been a bit more active. Management issues, and also overconfidence in their own management skills. I mean, too many units basically would hold fire on it, which really did not amount to a lot of good for them. Basically wasted a lot of shots, a lot of damage capability on those units, when clearly, again, they would have quite more management than they couldn't handle it. Also, constantly splitting up his armor. That was a really bad move there from EasternFrontdaily. Cost him a lot of tanks senselessly. Also a bit of poor prioritization on his tanks, poor unit preservation on his tanks as well. I mean, he rather kept making it easy for his opponent to knock out his Panzer IVs, and in particular losing that Veterans IV Panzer IV was a huge waste there for Germany. I mean, that was definitely something that couldn't have been done a lot better. Both sides also lost a lot of units because of that. Again, they kept pushing over. There was no... I mean, I think, you know, EasternFrontdaily had a bit more cohesive idea of the battle plan than Ilriyas had. And again, it was Ilriyas that basically lost out and basically having no real coherent strategy. Just sort of seemed like he tried throwing whatever at the wall to sort of see what stuck. But overall, I mean, if you sort of look at it, how many Panzer IVs did he lose? 4 out of 6. His opponent had lost, I think, 5 out of 6. I think he lost all, but even then, that's not exactly a good thing. It should not be that easy to lose all those Panzer IVs. But I mean, there were issues there with unit preservation. A lot of units were wasted. As always, of course, that's something that needs to be worked on. But overall, the main issue for Ilriyas, again, there was no coherent strategy. I just sort of taken territory, built a munitions cache. There's no doctrinal choice in conjunction with it. He first chose the doctrine 30 minutes into the match. 30 minutes! That's bad. Also, all the munitions, I mean, fine, he used them, but still, I mean, he could have used that a lot more effectively early on and probably crushed EasternFrontdaily. So, I mean, there are a lot of things there that could easily have been improved upon. Easily. But again, you know, for all those novices watching, trying to learn again, rules of thumb are, you know, try to improve your management skills initially first, you know. Don't be too greedy. Try to use tactics to sort of minimize things where sort of, you know, bundle up initially. And again, you know, work your tactics together. Afterwards, you can tie sort of more advanced tactics. Do it slowly. Slowly but surely. Don't get greedy. And of course, keep in mind the thing about armor penetration, it is affected at range. So the longer away you are, you know, the less effective you are, the closer you are, the more effective it is, but vice versa. And of course, for the T-34s, they want to get close. For the Panzers, you want to use your range to your advantage. I mean, that's sort of the difference there. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So I think that sort of really covers it. Hopefully this will help for a lot of players to get a better understanding of the game, play it better. So thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope this helped your understanding. I hope maybe you got you to be a bit of a better player. If you did, you know, why not subscribe to your friends, share it with everyone. If not, you know, keep at it. Keep at it. Keep watching more Monday Night fights. Keep watching more regular fights. And otherwise, you know, keep at it. But otherwise, you know, comment, ask questions. Hopefully other players in the comments can also help you out a bit with some tips and tricks there as well. So thank you all for watching and see you tomorrow. Bye.